Hey everyone, Daniel here with a review for the newest film in the DC Extended Universe. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Shazam. Not to be confused with Kazam with Shaquille O'Neal. This movie is directed by David F. Sandberg, who directed Annabelle Creation, which I watched a little bit of and I thought what I saw was good. And he also directed Lights Out, which I did not hear good things about. The movie stars Zachary Levi from the last two Thor films, and he was Flynn Rider in Tangled. It also stars Jack Dylan Grazer from the latest It movie, Jimon Hounsou from the Guardians of the Galaxy and Captain Marvel. And I guess that's another thing that these movies have in common. And it stars Mark Strong from the Kingsman movies, who plays our villain. So basically the story revolves around an orphan boy by the name of Billy Batson, and through paranormal circumstances he runs into a wizard who not only gives him superpowers, but gives him the look of a fully grown man. He must not only learn to use these newly acquired powers, but he must also fight the forces of evil and save the world. You know how it goes. The main three members of the cast were actually there at the screening I went to, and they talked a little bit about the movie, and they were talking about how it harkens back to those old Amblin movies, and there were even moments in the movie's score that resembled that of an old 80s film. They also talked a little bit about how much fun the film is, and that is very true, that I can agree with. And they also talked about how this movie has some scary imagery in it, which I can sort of agree with, because although there isn't a lot of blood, there is some graphic stuff that happens in the movie, but nothing to be too concerned about. The movie is PG-13 after all. Although I will say this movie does have one of the best openings I've seen in a movie, and it is also pretty grim. The whole cast is great, everyone has great chemistry, and the characters are charming. Mark Strong is good, but I wouldn't say he's the strongest villain, if you know what I mean. All of the kid actors are really charming, and so are the foster parents. They really give off this very kind and caring vibe. And like I said earlier, the film is very fun. The action scenes are extremely creative. The CGI is good most of the time. There are scenes where you can see through it, but most of the time it is pretty solid. There are some good shots showing how Billy turns into Shazam without cutting away or anything. They do it all in one shot. The movie also has some very good shots in general, I must say. And when the young actor turns into Zachary Levi in one shot, it is done very convincingly. Like, it does really seem like it's done in one shot, and you know, you don't really notice them cutting away or anything. I actually do think I liked this movie more than Captain Marvel. It had a lot more focus to it, and the lead was very charismatic along with the rest of the cast. And it makes you want to see more of him in future films. And if you are getting superhero fatigue like I am, this movie probably won't do much to change your mind. It is, however, a step in the right direction, I will say. I do very much like the experimentation in the genres we've been seeing in superhero films throughout the last few years. I do really like the mix of sci-fi and comedy we've seen in movies like Guardians of the Galaxy and Thor Ragnarok. And I really like the smaller moments, the ones that focus on the characters and the relationships. I do feel like those were very well done in this movie, and the acting really sold it for me. It all seemed very genuine in my opinion. DC is definitely getting their groove, I think, with these last few movies especially. Wonder Woman was amazing. Aquaman was great and a lot of fun as well, and now this is just continuing DC's climb to the top alongside Marvel. And those were my thoughts on Shazam. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to leave any comments and let me know your thoughts on this film if you've seen it. I would really like to hear your opinion. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. Also, there are 2 end credit scenes.